Hi YouTube family, welcome back to Shaman's Kitchen. A pleasant good evening to each and every one of you. I'm back in the garden again. You guys know how proud I am of my garden. Whatever little I harvest, I'm thankful of, and I'm also feeling sad that the weather is changing and all this is gonna be gone soon, but I was blessed with so many things from the garden and I'm happy for whatever I harvested this summer. There was so much, like a little bit of everything, and I am thankful for whatever. So let me show you what we have so far, and today we're going to be picking some same. So let me show you what's left in the garden. So the black eyed Susan is still beautiful, and we have more flowers than leaf here. This is my sunshine in the garden. The Corilla only have one more, or the bitter melon right here. And I think that will be it for the bitter melon. As you can see that the roots are already looking yellow because it can't stand up to the cold weather. Oh, I just noticed another one here. I saw one here. Hopefully it grow a little bit bigger and I can get to enjoy it. And we have lots of same in the garden. This is the same that doesn't run. I have a whole set here and a set here. I usually keep back some seed to dry for the next year. And we have a whole bunch up here. We have a whole set in between here. I might have a few boras to pick. I have a purple one here, another one here, and there was a little squash in between here. Look how nice and big it has gotten. You know, it takes just a few days for everything to really get nice and big. And then there is more same around here. There is same everywhere and same here. And I have same all over in the garden. So my husband was telling me to harvest these same a while ago, and every time I keep saying, oh, we're gonna pick tomorrow, or oh, we're gonna harvest on the weekend, and I didn't get to it yet. But today I'm gonna take advantage. There's another purple bora here, and these ones doesn't grow too long, but my green bora, they are really nice and long. I have some in the garden to pick today, and I will make sure that I get them before they get too ripe. So there's a few here on the vine. The next thing I'm going to be harvesting is squash. I have one here, a nice big one. I have a huge giant in here. So this squash tree was really good to us. This one is actually down to the bottom, to the ground. And then I have another one right here. And I know so many people had requested. There's this one right here. And as you all can see that the leaves are getting these white spots, that's because squash cannot hold up to cold mornings and afternoon. So the leaves will quickly die out. All up here have yellow leaves, and over here we have some yellow leaves. But if you notice, there's lots of flowers, and I feel so sad when the weather gets cold or when it starts changing. And there's another squash here as well. So I know some of my friends requested me to cook squash and shrimp with coconut milk. I have enough squash in the garden to make a meal with some squash and shrimp. Oh, look, there's two more here. There's two more here. And if they get big, I would thank God for it, because this is September the 2nd, and I know that the weather is gonna drastically change, and we will have some surprise in this month. But I'll keep my fingers crossed. And then I still have, look how far the squash came. I still have peppers that I'm harvesting a little bit every day. I still have my thyme plant. What is this one? Oh, that's mint. And oh, where's my marred man poke? It is still in here. I'm really gonna have to freeze those and keep them. There's a little squash right here as well. And I want to show you what I just noticed. There's some big peppers coming out here. Look, you see these? But look at these big peppers. And then look at this here. There's a few on this one, and there are some more on this plant here. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for those big ones. And then I got a little bit careless and I didn't clean up the garden for a while because the cold weather is stepping in, and I feel a little disappointed. I picked some green onions today, and I'm gonna also cut out these poi bhaji, and our tomatoes are coming in nicely. I can see it changed from that really green color and it's getting down to that pinkish kind of look. And then we have this really big bunch here, and then there's some more in the bottom, some young ones. There is tomatoes here, there's tomatoes in between there, there's some above here. And you all know that I harvest quite a bit of stuff from the garden already. So let me go ahead and find these same and harvest them before all of them get hard on me. My husband brought out the ladder so I can reach the ones out here. So let's get started. I'm high up picking same. Let's see this. This reminds me when I was growing up in Wakenham, my grandma used to have same plant on top of her goat pen, and they used to put me on top of the pen to pick the same. I used to be so scared, and this take me right back to that. I have a handful here, but I think I needed scissors because picking one by one will take me forever. You guys ever hear that when goat like high feet? What is the outcome? You ever hear that term? When goat like high feet? Also gonna pick some of these poi bhaji or Malabar spinach. Check these guys out. So nice and big and fresh. This is today's harvest with poi bhaji, the red stem and the green one. And check out these leaves. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at these leaf size. I have to say we were truly blessed with our garden this summer. We got so many things from the garden. Look at these leaves. This alone is one meal right here. And then right over here, this is my big batch of same that we got here. This is my first picking of same, but I picked more than one time from the poi bhaji plant or the Malabar spinach. But I'm so proud of this harvest of same, and we have lots and lots more of same. They're not ready to pick yet, they're very young. So hopefully I get about 2 to 3 more picking. This is gonna do very nicely for a meal. So let me show you how much more we have on the vine. We have a lot more up here, like little ones, and so much flowers still here. If you notice up here, we have some younger ones, and I will pick these maybe by the end of this week. And there's a lot more over here as well. Over here, I'm so proud of this garden. So who agree with me that same will taste better with a fresh coconut? Listen to this. I'm gonna break this, and today I don't feel like grating it on a sit-down grater I'm gonna put it in my blender with some water, and I'm gonna squeeze all that rich milk out to add to the Saime. Saime and coconut will always give you that rich, creamy flavor. I'm gonna cook the Saime with some Guyana fine shrimp, also known as Guyana white belly or river shrimp. Let me know where you buy your shrimp like these from. I used to pay like $7 for one of these bags, and today my husband paid $21 and change for one. So if you're buying these somewhere cheaper, please leave in the comment and let me know. I love these shrimp, but $21 for this amount is a lot. I don't know how come it's so expensive now. This is how I usually clean my Saime. I usually pull back this strong vein that I have here. There's two, one on the back and one on the bottom, and then I will just open them up like this. You see the seeds are very nice and young and they're edible. And then I like to cut them up in a length like this to make sure that they cook properly. And these are my nice garden Saime. So they're gonna be so delicious, sweet and flavorful because there is no fertilizer on these Saime plants. I'm gonna keep on doing this until I'm finished with all the Saime. Saime also paired up very well with Eddoes. Today I'm gonna be adding some Eddoes to mine, and this is how I remember my mom used to make it back home. So for fresh organic vegetable, I always use simple ingredients. I have onions, cherry pepper from my garden, green onion from my garden. I have some garlic and a nice big tomato. We're gonna cook this in a coconut milk sauce along with the Eddoes, and we're gonna have a beautiful combination. Let me know what you like to eat your Saime and Eddoes with. I'm gonna have some sada roti, also some basmati rice. So I'm steaming out my shrimp so that all its natural water can evaporate, as you can see in the bottom here, before we go ahead with the cooking process. So first we're gonna start with frying up some onions. We're gonna add our garlic, and we're gonna fry these two up together, building flavors. So I'm gonna add my pepper, and this is the pepper from my garden. I remove all the seed. It's not very hot, but I have a nice mild flavor. I wanna mix this up. So now I'm adding my Saime in the pan. So everything is gonna marry in well. And you can do a curry dish with this. Today I'm just stewing it up with some coconut milk and some fresh ingredients along with some tomatoes. The curry version is also delicious. Salt is going in. You can always taste and add more later. So let's mix everything in well. I'm gonna cover it down and leave it for about 5 minutes before we go in and add our coconut milk. So we're gonna add our coconut milk. This is my freshly squeezed coconut with water. I'm gonna add my tomatoes, and then we will cover this and let it cook until the Eddoes are nice and soft and until my Saime is very tender. The bora and the Saime and Eddoes is looking nice. I'm gonna add my shrimp in here. I'm gonna also add my green onions, give it a good mix, and let it cook on medium to low heat until everything combines nicely together. So this is how our Saime and Eddoes with coconut milk and shrimp is looking. You can add a little bit of tomato paste in here. I wanted to keep it as simple as can be. And this is what you call everything is melting away. I have a little bit more to go, but I'm cooking some sada roti on the other side here to go with it. So once the roti is done, I will go right ahead and do my taste test. So to everybody who was cooking this meal with me, here is what our Saime and Eddoes and shrimp look like. I made some sada roti to go with it. I'm gonna sit down and let you all know how this tastes. Here it is, time to taste test. Thank you, Lord, for this meal. Thank you for blessing my garden with all these beautiful organic vegetables that I can enjoy with my family. Bless who don't have and feed them in some way. So this is my sada roti, and I'm looking for a piece of that Eddoes. The Eddoes is so nice and soft, and it's the perfect combination for the Saime. I'm taking a big mouthful for you all. Cheers. It's so creamy with the Eddoes and the coconut milk. The Saime is nice and tender, and the shrimp, every bite you can bite it into one of those shrimp. Cheers. Such a delicious meal. I don't get to cook this often, only when I plant it in my garden. Cheers. To all my Saime lovers or Eddoes, this is the dish I have for you. I want to say take care, God bless, love you all, bye for now.